Shatiqua. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm running behind. Mocha's saying, hi, welcome, everybody. Really, Stinker? So anyway, I'm really sorry I'm running behind. I had a really difficult sleep last night. Actually, I was in a lot of pain, which is odd. And I was up and down throughout the night, and at one point at 6 o'clock, I just woke up and like, I can't go back to sleep. Because it was that hard, it was just that painful. It's just, I couldn't get comfortable no matter what I did. So that was my sleep last night. So I got up at 8, had my coffee, got some things done. I don't need those. Got some things done, and took a nap and just got started a little bit later than I wanted to. But I'm here, and we're going to make Greek triangles because Christina has changed her mind yet again. She'd like to have some Greek food, and even if she goes back to the pizza, we're probably going to still try to do these tropitas and spanakopita because it'll be a little bit of her Greek heritage at the baby shower. So, but before I do that, are you guys ready to see? I got the shirts yesterday and they are so cool. You ready to see? I am so happy with them, and I want to give a tremendous shout out to Alfonso because without him, it would not have happened. So anyway, I got to show you the shirt. I ended up getting the one with the crew on it. I said to Mom, did you ever think you'd have your face on a shirt? She goes, no. So anyway, I think they came out so cool. So I got to show you. Y'all ready? Ta-da! Don't they look awesome? So I had to put this on so you guys would be surprised. So anyway, yeah, she thinks it's awesome while she barks her head off. Okay, hold on a second. So, me standing up. What do you think? Cool. And then on the on this sleeve, I have on the website on the fourth wall. It's time for the Floby. Not tonight. On the fourth wall, we have the logo on the right sleeve or on the left sleeve. So you choose which way you want the logo, which side. I chose the right side, which side you want the logo. Now tomorrow, we're going to meet Eli Yoder. And I did when I ordered it, I then reduced it could be because this shirt is bigger than this one, the circle. And I don't know if it caught on this one, but I still think it looks good. Oh, I'm sorry, Carmen. Hi, Stacy. So anyway, this shirt is available. We have it in the heart instead of the Blessed to Crochet crew. And we have it with Mr. Blessed to Crochet, and we have it with the tiger for the guys. And then we have this one too, and I ordered him this one. Hi, Matt. Hi, Matrix. This one. Isn't it awesome? I'm not sure if this is the size or whether I reduced the circle before I ordered it. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the shirt we're going to be giving Eli Yoder. So this is another design on the fourth wall store. And again, this logo is on the left sleeve. Y'all can see it's on the left sleeve. That's our new logo. It's about the same. We just got it amped up. So this one's for the men. And quite frankly, I'd wear it too with Eagles. And then we have one for the women. But, you know, like I said, I would get this shirt and wear it because I think the Eagles are really cool. So this is in the merch store. I can tell you something that I was really impressed with Fourth Wall when I got them. I haven't ordered shirts in a while. But there is not a heavy chemical smell on these shirts, which I really liked. I got them and I'm like, it doesn't smell. I mean, there's still a smell and you need to wash it, but it's not this heavy chemical smell. So we got this one. We still have, if I can remember the code, I think it's Proud. I'll have to see if I can remember it. We have this one. There's 5% off, and all of our members and our Blessed Disco Ball members get a certain discount off. It's in the community tab, and you can also email us. But anyway, I think there's more designs to come. And one other thing, if you guys don't,
I have an idea for a design.
I'm worried. If you guys don't see something, like you don't see this on a mug yet, and you want it on a mug, or this on a mug, or any of the other stuff, email us and we will get it on a mug. I have to have Alfonso's help because my computer doesn't want to do it until my son-in-law has an opportunity to look at it. So with that being said, but I think until the 31st, you guys have the opportunity to get 5% off if you're not a channel member. If you're a, thank you very much. You get 10%, and all Blessed Disco Ball members always get 15%. So anyway, I'm done with my spiel. Now we're going to move on to the things, but we're also going to give some memberships before we do anything, because I've realized we're getting a little late on that, you know. And you'll have to forgive me because I've got to go in and do something else. I forget I lose my thumbnail. And then we're going to get on to the Tropidas. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you would like people to connect with your channel. I'm going to go ahead and give 5 of our memberships away. See who gets them. So welcome to the Blessed to Crochet crew. Foodie, Allison, Market Boutique, Lewis Acre Karma, and What's Art gets a membership. Let me see if I can find it. Now I have to get it. Because people won't know what we're doing. Let's download it. Then we're going to get on to this. On to the fun. So, I tried to pick ingredients that you guys could find pretty easily at hand, because I wanted you guys to find them easily. So I take them out of the refrigerator so you can see which fit. But I've left the filo dough in the freezer. You want to leave it in until you absolutely need to work on it, because it is the best thing to do. Let me get this thumbnail changed, because otherwise it will, let's see it. It's not here. I don't know why it does that. You stick a thumbnail and it doesn't stick. Give me a minute, guys. I'm running into some technical difficulties. Should have just downloaded it on my phone. But put hashtag blessed in the chat, and we're going to start these things. Now, I do have everybody redirecting over to Echoes, because it is her birthday. So I have everybody at 7 o'clock being redirected over to them, over to her. I have to do an extra step because it doesn't like it for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't like it. It's telling me that the file is too big. So we will do what we can. And I'm only making one of the recipes I found, because I want to see how much. Now, I did get fresh spinach versus frozen. You could use frozen for the spanakopita, but it is up to you. I did get 2 cups out of it, which, okay, let's see if it likes that one. I obviously didn't like the one I just did. We're going to change the thumbnail up. I'll change it back later. It's fine. Still says the thing. I did 2 shirts. I did one that said, and I'm getting it on a shirt that says, bet your baklava I'm Greek. For sure. All right, I think we got it now. I think we finally got it. But I like the one with the Greek fest. But guess what? I get to use both because I really like them both. All right, let's get moving, making Greek triangles. Because Christina very much wants. And then another thing that I'm going to do is see about, she wants gyros and seeing if we can kind of make our homemade gyro meat. See how well it turns out. They said you can freeze it. Now we're happy. Now we are happy. All right, guys. I think that's the code. We'll see in a minute if it is. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Spanakopita is with spinach. Tropitas, yes, tropitas are without the spinach. So I tried to get some of this ready beforehand. I don't know if I was very successful, but I tried. All right. So what I did was I used the fresh spinach. My hands are clean. And this is what I got. I got it from the Sam's Club. I blanched the spinach and in boiling water for like 2 or 3 minutes, if that. Drained it, cut it up, and then put it in a pan with the green onions, the scallions, and I put those in a pan with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of garlic because I didn't have powdered garlic. I used real garlic. If you go to Sam's Club, just a tip, and get their big, huge thing of garlic, something on my glasses, a big, huge thing of garlic, put it through your food processor and freeze it. You can get about 5-6 bags if you lay it flat. You will have garlic forever, and it lasts for a very long time. So it's always in our freezer. I never have to worry about it. So then I put the scallions, the 1 cup of wash of the spinach. There was 2 cups that I got out of that package. Once I blanched it, it was 2 cups, and that's what I was trying to see. The scallions and about 2 tablespoons of fresh dill. You can use, regular dill, but I use fresh. So I did that. Once you have blanched it, let it dry, let it drain. Then you put it in a pan for like 2 or 3 minutes. Let the spinach, the onions, the garlic, if you're using fresh, the dill, put it in there and get happy. And then you want to put it in a bowl and let it cool before you're going to add your egg mixture and stuff, because then you don't want to cook the eggs. You're not going to add much salt because the cheese is salty, so you're not going to need to do that. So there's the 1 cup of spinach, 1 tablespoon of, I put a little bit of olive oil, 1 tablespoon, 3 green onions, 2 tablespoons of fresh dill. And then to that, we're going to go ahead and add 2 beaten eggs. And I got this tablecloth off at the Greek festival, so it's fitting. And we're going to add Greek feta cheese. And doesn't call for it in here, but I had a little ricotta left over from the tropitas. So I'm going to go ahead and use just a little ricotta in here just to make it creamy, like a little bit less than ½ a cup. So all of that's going in there, and Mocha wants in the room. And I'll show you the Greek feta I use. If you want to go get really, really super good feta at a local international store, be my guest. but I wanted to get stuff you guys could get really easily. Hold on a second. Come on, Mocha. Mocha, come on. Put that in here. Wash my hands. Put it clean. Show you the feta that I got at the local Sam's Club. We use it a lot. There you go. First, I'm not putting it. Okay. A little bit of a hot mess today, guys. Okay, where's the feta? It's hiding from me. Here it is. Just used whole fat ricotta. This is the feta I used. Okay. For the spanakopita, 1/4 cup of feta. Crumbled feta. I know it's not as good as maybe some of the others, but it's what I could get my hands on. And we're going to need some butter to put onto the filo dough. So I'm going to cut some butter, put it in the microwave for just, let it kind of stay out a bit. And leave it out because if we need more, we can get more. And I'm also going to use a little bit of olive oil in with the butter. You can use straight olive oil if you would like. Just depends on your taste. But these are really good with butter. And see, this is the way I package my garlic. I just get it, big bag from Sam's Club, put it in the food processor, throw it in a bag, and it stays. Butter is melted. We have the dough. Yeah, I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil. All right. So, the spanakopita, the filo dough is this. I wanted to buy another brand. I've heard mixed reviews about this one, but believe it or not, the Kroger's was totally out of any filo dough. This is the only filo dough I could get. The only. Okay. That's it. So it comes in 2 packs. We're going to keep this other pack sealed because we do not want it to get dried out. They're going to get dried out very quickly. So you need to keep them, like have a towel on hand so you can kind of put your filo dough in there. And once we open this, you're going to want to. Okay, so well, that's kind of, won't take that long to unthaw. So we're going to take a moment and mix our spinach one. And this smells so good. So delicious. If it was me, I'd probably put some more feta cheese in there, which may end up being the thing. I think in my case, I'm going to put a little bit more feta cheese. It's not enough my way. For the one without the spinach, and I will put the website so you guys have this, or the page I found it on. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, I put it directly in here. 3 green onions, 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped dill, 3 ounces of good feta cheese. I put a little bit more than that. 1/2 cup of drained ricotta cheese. I did not drain it. We will see. 2 cups or 2 eggs beaten. So we'll see if this is enough because we're Greek. We love the feta. Just so you know. And my grandmother not my grandmother, my Aunt Irene used to make these, and she put them in the freezer. So if you, whatever, we're gonna have some for dinner tonight. Whatever you do not cook, you're gonna wanna put in the freezer, uncooked. So only, don't put any. Where I'm gonna take a little bit of parsley and just add it just for flavor to both of these. It doesn't call for it, but I remember my Aunt Irene adding parsley. I think I saw her do it. I can't necessarily remember if I witnessed her do it or not, but this definitely needs more feta. Sorry. It needs more feta. We're going to get more feta. That's not enough. And I kind of had a feeling that that was going to be the case. You can always add, you can't take away in any kind of stuff you're doing. So I'm going to add more feta, and we'll see what it looks like. I just don't think it's enough. It's a little better. Add a little bit more feta to this mixture and to that mixture. It just wasn't enough. That looks a little bit more like it should. There's no harm in adding. I probably added, I don't know, probably a little over a half a cup, maybe a little bit more. So. We're going to mix this up. Now I have, let it sit. It's probably say to drain it, but I did not drain my ricotta. So if I learn, I'm learning because I haven't made it for a while. You're going to need a brush because you're going to be using nuts butter. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil. You can use straight olive oil, but I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to the butter to put between the filo dough layers. I'm using this, so I don't have to guess how much. I've got a cookie sheet, so I'm gonna bring you down so you can see what I'm doing here. And we're just gonna start making the triangles. Next time, I would suggest you drain your ricotta. Next time I will drain it. It will be fine for tonight, but I will drain it next time. All right, see how many we get out of it. I have another pack of filo dough in the freezer. So if I need to pull that one, I will. Filo dough is very thin. So let me bring you down so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Okay? Filo dough is extremely thin. It's, like I said, it's very, very thin. And I probably should have let it unthaw a little bit more, but I didn't think I needed to. But I guess I did. But it should unthaw very quickly. It will dry out very quickly. So like I said, it'll need to unthaw. But we can do this, I think. No. So let your filo dough unthaw. I made a mistake. We're learning together, guys. It's been a while. And if it breaks, it's okay. It's going to. I thought you weren't supposed to leave it out. I'm going to leave it for a minute because if not, I'm going to break it. Got the other one on thawing. We'll just have to wait a minute. It said keep frozen. So I learned something. Keep frozen until you're about half an hour, probably not a half an hour. I'm not going to sit here for half an hour. All right. We're not going to do that. So, because it's going to get ruined. you can see how thin it is if I do that. So we're gonna wrap this up inside of here. I've got the other one kind of doing its thing. And while I kind of wait for this to do its thing, I don't know if I want to do it. Well, let me put it in here and just kind of make it happy. Or, it's like I said, it shouldn't take that long to unthaw. Put it in the freezer or refrigerator, which I should have done, but I thought it said to keep it. But it shouldn't take that long to unthaw. So I'm just kind of helping it for a moment. But I had such a hard time sleeping. Oh. Thinking I could pack the soap caddies. I could do those, but I kind of wait for these to unthaw. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize it was going to do that on me. So I have to pack the soap caddies for Eli. So let me move this over here for a second. Well, these things get unthawed because I didn't realize that was going to happen. We're learning. We're learning. And if I fool around with it too much, it is going to split. So while we're waiting on that for a few seconds, hopefully it won't take that long. Okay. But I can do this. This will be out of the way. I'm waiting for the phylodot unthaw. Okay. So this was kind of my project that this tablecloth we got at the Greek Festival. I don't know if you all remember that, but this was my project that I worked on for a while. And if you come in to watch the spanakopita, we're going to make it. Have a good evening. We're going to make it. I just didn't think that I was going to have an issue with it not being thawed enough. So while we wait, I might as well do this. So thank you for coming in, Shatika. And what I will do is I'm going to download this video. And I'm sure that this is not the only time I'm going to make spanakopita and thropitas, so I could do it again, and then I can record it and then put it up as a video. So I see a lot of them in my future. Okay, so we're going to give some of these to Eli tomorrow. I'm going to keep, oops, in the wrapping. We're going to keep 2 of these because I'm planning to get a book, and then he is going to be at another location in 24th, and Christina very much wants to go, so we're going to see him then too on the 24th. I'm saving 2 of those because I'm going to get a book tomorrow for you all. He's doing a book signing, so I'm going to buy a book for you guys to get. Thing. And another thing too, I just want people to know, I'm not giving him all this stuff and the shirt and everything for him he does, if people give him things, he will, do the graciousness of showing it on his channel as I would. I'm not doing that for that specific reason, because, if I give him this, then he's going to show these things off, and then people will order stuff if they wish. I'm doing this because Christina has some extra medical expenses for her pregnancy. She's got her Dexcoms, which we're still trying to fight to get the insurance to cover more than a car payment for them. She's got extra sonograms, she's got extra appointments, and so forth. So there are some extra expenses that she has because of the fact that she's a diabetic and she's in a high-risk pregnancy. So Anything, and I told him in the letter that I wrote to him, anything that he chooses, if he chooses to show this off to people, anybody that orders with a certain code, I will know, and it will go to the sole purpose of helping Christina with any of her extra medical expenses for her pregnancy. And to make sure that we can keep the Dexcoms on her body for the length of her pregnancy. I'd like to see them on longer than the length of her pregnancy, but anyway, it's really important for her safety and the baby's safety that they're on her. So we are going to, I told him that in the letter. So it's not just give him this and hope for anything. I've told him specifically that if he does do anything, he doesn't have to. I just did this because he was gracious to have me on his channel one time for an interview, and I'm thankful. But if he does, and anybody does order or sends anything through Venmo or Cash App and uses a certain code, then I will know specifically to help Christina with all of her medical expenses that she's going to have. Plus, we are going to have extra gas and extra mileage and all that kind of stuff on our vehicle because we're going to have to go back and forth after she has the baby for a little bit, a couple times a week, and help her. So there will be put a little fund aside for that to be able to assist her. Go to her house and make her dinner and see if she needs help with anything, laundry. And when you're a first-time mom, you don't quite understand everything. They're learning and you don't know, and it's baby's doing things. And so if you can have somebody that's had one and be able to help you through, and she's going to be tired, and if she has natural, but if she has a C-section, she's going to have more recovery time. So that's what we're going to do for her. And so I did tell him that, just so it's not like, oh, well, she's putting this in so that, no. Doing this because I'm hoping that if there is any, the blessing I want to pass on to my daughter. Because there are some. Hi, Ease. Welcome on in. I'm waiting for the fila dough to unthaw. I didn't realize it was going to do that. And so I'm doing my other project I was going to do, and then we'll get to making the spanakopita and thropitas in a minute. But you can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you'd like people to connect with your channel. Now, she also wants to give him a baby invitation. I thought that was cute. She said, oh, let him have a baby invitation. I'm like, okay. So this is the invitations we're sending out for the companies. We're going to be sending out, I just blurred all our information, but this is the company invitation that we're sending out. The ones that I have for her are different, but everything's in here for him, but this is the ones we're sending out to the companies. They're kind of gender neutral, so forth. And so when I fill our soap caddies, hopefully our fila dough will be on top by then. I take normal soap caddies. I take just a soap caddy card so people know how to do it, and the back to tell them about our merch store and stuff. And I put them in like that, in these little pre-done batches. Always with the bow facing the front. Really easy to fill all these. And then by the time we get done filling these, we should have it, and this way at least, this will be done. Okay. We have to be up in the morning. Hopefully the roads will be not terrible. Josh went to pick up the fila dough today. He went slipping and sliding outside. He went slipping and sliding. This one's for Eli. These things tend to always get stuck every place but where they should. These wrapper things. And I've washed all these soap caddies. I always wash everything. This is for his wife. I have to mark them. A little. No, this is for his son. Excuse me, not his wife. Thank you very much. Hopefully everybody's having a good night. I just feel bad because the phyllo is frozen solid. I have to give it some time. I didn't realize that. Lesson learned, and this is for his wife, the purple one. So those are for his family. And then these other ones are ones I've done before. They take a little bit longer to do, but because there's so many changes, but our soap caddy information, our card in the back. And then this is for anybody that's not familiar with the wordless book. This is the wordless book, so I'm putting a card in. If you're somebody who believes in that, and we do, and not everybody's welcome here. I don't promote, I try to keep this, everybody's always welcome no matter what they believe. But this is it. And so it's green for growth, white for purity, red for the blood of Jesus, black for sin, and then gold for heaven. So those are going in there. For those people that don't know Eli, he's ex-Amish. And he's also a truck driver. He also goes around and preaches and goes to local churches and has written a book and ministers and all that kind of stuff. So he is in areas where he can hand these out if he feels led to hand somebody to one and say, here you go. And it's a way of telling the, the plan of salvation in that way. So that's why it's done the way it is. So we for these, we charge a little bit less than our regular soap caddies because we want people to be able to, use them to spread the word of Jesus. But they take a little bit more time, but that's okay in my book because to me, it's a way of doing that. And then if you have, like, for Christina's baby shower, I'm doing soap caddies, an event, we always work on that as far as that. So, and when he hands them out, I simply things, when he hands them out, he's going to be able to hand them out with that card right in the front. So, I'm waiting for the phyllo dough to unthaw. I didn't realize that was going to be a problem. So, we're filling this for a gentleman that I'm going to meet tomorrow. Running out of room. If anybody's ever heard of him. He's on, hi The Source. Welcome on in. Hi Dora. We're filling these while I wait to get done with the, hi Kyle. Hi Rudy. You guys can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you'd like people to connect with your channel. We are making thropitas and spanakopita. Unfortunately, my phyllo dough is frozen. So while we wait for it to unthaw, which is perfect because we had a raid. Hi Susan. I have to go back and watch that interview. Hi Maria. Hi Jake. Welcome on in, guys. Do hashtag blessed so that people can connect with your channel. Haven't seen new merch. We got new merch. And it is cool. I got this yesterday. Thank you for doing the raid. I appreciate it. I guess I'm gonna learn what a source raid is, huh? It's not out in the snow, but there is snow outside. So, what does it feel like? It's unthawing. I think we're getting to I think by the time we get done with these, we'll be done enough to be able to do it. I've got all the mixture done. I'm just waiting for the stuff to unthaw, guys. And if people are not familiar with Eli, he's on Facebook, he's on YouTube, he's ex-Amish. Hi, Debbie. He's ex-Amish, and he has quite a testimony. And I had the privilege of actually telling my testimony on his Facebook channel. So we're meeting him tomorrow. He's preaching at a local church about an hour away from us, so we're going there tomorrow. And so I have this package. I have a shirt to give him, and I made, I have to put those up in there too, towel holders. I didn't think, I thought, oh, it says to keep the phyllo dough frozen, so you're supposed to use it. Oh, I guess that's not the case, right? Don't do that. Learn from Mary, don't do that. But we're doing our soap caddies for him, our wordless soap caddies. Wordless book soap caddies, which they are just telling the salvation story. And I'll check in a minute and see where we're at. I'm just waiting for this to unthaw. Yes, I gotta go back and watch. I'm going to go back and watch, but I was live, getting ready for this live. Like I said, I was late to this one. Echo is celebrating her birthday, so we're gonna redirect over to her. And I did not sleep well last night, so I had a very rough sleep, so I just was late on the whole front. It's getting there, guys. We're gonna check in a minute where we're sitting at our things. But you didn't come here to watch me pack all these, right? Let's see where we're at. These little things stick to everything, but what they're supposed to stick to. You take them off, they stick to everything. Right. See where we're at. Put these in half. See where we're at. I'm gonna finish packing them, but I don't. Alright, let's see where we're at on this whole process here. What I intended to do, I was going to do that anyway so I could show you all. Alright, where are we at? If your phyllo dough rips, it's okay. We're better than we were a few minutes ago. We're still a little frozen, but it's going to unthaw pretty quickly too. It's okay if it breaks. It's because I didn't unthaw it. My heritage is this. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, was actually born in Greece and came over to this country. My grandfather, which was my mom's dad, served in the military. And he went and actually, he served in the military, and he was over in England or Scotland, and that's where he met my grandmother. My grandmother was Scottish. They met at a dance, they got married, and had my mom. He had to go back to the States. My grandmother was over there, and so then she, oh, I know what the problem is. Never mind. Okay, that's what I was thinking. This is going to take a while. Okay, and then she was over in Scotland. She finally got over here when she was 4 months old, or when my mother was 4 months old, over to this country, and my grandfather and actually moved to the same place we are in now, which is the town we're in now is where my mother grew up. She came over here when she was 4 months old, and actually my mother's name is very unusual. And being so careful with this. Okay, now we got it. Is named, is differently spelled, because in order, my grandfather sent over a telegram to my grandmother and said, or no, oh, it's fine, I have no problem telling it. My grandfather sent over a telegram to my grandmother in Scotland and said, or my grandmother sent him to, what do you want your daughter named? And he messaged back and told her exactly what he wanted it. But it's a very unusual spelling. So we don't know if he messed up, or if the lady that sent the telegram messed up. And then she just wrote whatever my grandfather sent over in the telegram. I'm having to be very careful. This is going to be a patchwork job this time, I can tell, but that's okay. All right. If you get your filo dough, take it out of the refrigerator beforehand. But it doesn't really matter, because you're going to lay your sheet long ways. Well, kind of this way. We're going to do it this way. Okay? You're going to start laying it. It is very thin. If it falls apart, don't worry about it. That's what the butter's for. That's what the butter's for. Okay, that's kind of, it's a half broken sheet. You won't notice it once you eat it. So we're gonna kind of patch this back together again. Okay? As best as we can. Okay? Now, because this is the way it is, I'm gonna go ahead, because what we're gonna do is cut. I think you'll probably get about 3 sheets out of this, 3 strips out of it. So we're going to take the butter and olive oil mixture, and yes, you're going to be using a lot of butter. We've already I will put the recipe in, and you're going to paint your filo dough very carefully, but you're going to paint it. Okay? And yes, you're going to use lette butter, but I also mixed it with a little bit of olive oil. I've never tried that before, but I thought, well, this is something to experiment. My daughter wants to have Greek food at the baby shower now. Originally it was pizza. That has since changed. And I'm leaving this out. Usually you want to cover your filo dough back up, but I'm leaving it out because it was frozen and I've got to, okay. Then we're going to take this. You're going to put this as kind of, okay? So we're just going to lay it on top. So now that we've got that, we're going to roll this filo dough back up and put it back in our towel, because we do not want to have that exposed to the elements. But we're working on the ones we have. I could not find our pizza cutter, so if you have a pizza cutter, it probably would be easier. I don't know where ours is, so we're going to kind of figure out one, nothing's perfect, and you're making strips. Like I said, you see how that part that we kind of messed up all stuck together, your butter and your olive oil, or your butter, depending on which one, or your olive oil is your glue. Okay? And then you're going to take your butter again, and your olive oil mixture, and you're going to carefully just take it and, again, dab it, brush it as best you can in between the layers, and then you're putting butter on the top. Okay? Okay. Now, I'm going to start off with the spanakopita. I have a little thingamabob. Okay? We're going to mix this back up again because it's been a while now. It's kind of sat. I added a little bit more feta cheese than the recipe said. You don't want to overfill these. You're just going to put a blop. Yes, I'm calling it a blop. A blep. And a blop. My Aunt Irene used to make these. And then my grandfather took his own life. He unalived himself. And so I didn't get to meet him. But my grandmother married another Greek man. And he was my papu. He treated me just like his grandchild. And so he was, I'll tell you all what I'm doing in a minute after I kind of refamiliarize with myself. So that family was amazing, my papu's family. And my Aunt Irene was Greek. And she used to make these, and we used to have them in the freezer. So if you're going to make these in batches, okay, you want to go ahead and freeze them uncooked. You don't want to freeze them cooked. So basically what you're doing is making a triangle. So you're just taking this and you're starting this way, right? This way. Just keep folding. And it's okay. They don't have to be perfect. This way, and this way. So see, you got your little triangles. Again, this way, and just keep folding so you can make a triangle out of them. Like I said, if you're going to make this mixture, then you're going to freeze them. So now, and anything that's kind of, when we go over and put them on the cookie sheet, we're going to have some of these for dinner. Because yeah, we can't wait. I have to try my handiwork here. Like this little flap is done, so we could take a little bit of our butter and mixture and just put it on the edge and just seal it on up. And again, these are not going to be perfect because I haven't made it for a while. Okay, so I have some cookie sheets started, so I'm going to put them here. They could be a little neater, but we're working with filo dough that unfortunately had a little bit of a rough existence. Another thing is a lot of times you will find these in the stores. The problem with them in the stores is this. My mother is allergic to Parmesan cheese. And then we're going to put butter on top. And so a lot of the ones in the stores are done, which I don't quite understand because Parmesan cheese is not Greek, but Parmesan cheese. So it's been hard to find ones without Parmesan cheese, so it would be better if they're handmade anyway, so we know that there's not a Parmesan cheese reaction. So anyway, and you're going to put a little butter on top. And then if you freeze them, yeah, I would still put the butter on top. Usually that's the way they come in the stores anyway. You take your filo dough again, and we're going to do 2 strips at a time. And leftover filo dough can be rolled up and frozen. I'll put this here. Yeah. So, and you can do these. I have the taropitas. The taropitas are the spinach, or the cheese mixture, excuse me. This gets so messed up. Oh boy, guys. I hope my next filo dough one is not as messy. We're gonna make a,
Okay.
somehow this got really, oops. You're seeing mess. Don't do what Mary did, which is making a mess. So we're gonna just make what we can here. All right, just plop them together. I don't even know what well, first of all, I did not unthaw it. I think the second batch of them are gonna be better because the dough has had a time to unthaw. So we'll put the butter on. I now kind of have, and this is not the filo dough actually I wanted. It's the only filo dough we could find because our curvers did not have any. So, trying to figure out what I did, which is not, like I said, it's very thin to work with. Mocha, no. Sorry guys. No. I'm just gonna put it in there because I can't. Mocha. We're gonna put this like this. You won't be able to have your leaf. You're gonna act like that. Put it on the table because it's gonna be a mess on the other way. We're just gonna take, this one's gonna be a messy one. All right, then we're gonna take our butter mixture, olive oil. And paint. Yeah, she's hi Alfonso. She's being
There's somebody out there shoveling snow.
okay, now we're gonna take our scissors, cut, like I said, they're all kind of together, kind of get glued, well, to some degree. This one's gonna be a messy one. See, this is why you do things like this, so you know what you're doing. You're gonna be ever doing stuff for a party or anything, do it beforehand. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm practicing. But we're gonna make it work. Okay. I'm gonna, my butter, because it's so cold right now, it's actually solidifying. Just take your spinach mixture and just, again, once you get going with these, they come together very quickly. And we're gonna redo them again. Just plain just like that. Oops. Got some on the board. Okay. Just keep, all you're doing is just making triangles, even when it's messy. Guarantee you the second batch will not be as messy because the filo dough isn't frozen. Just have a cookie sheet with you and just put them on the cookie sheet. And then I'll probably butter them in a minute, but I'm trying to get there's a sheet, finally. You get a workout with your arms. If you need a workout, there you go, okay? Take your butter. Just carefully, the butter is, it is so cold outside, it's solidifying. So I'm just kind of, it probably adds, well, probably the olive oil did it too, which I didn't think of, but, okay. I'm using the loose I'm using the loose pieces up. Oh boy. This is what phyllo dough is, guys. It's very thin. It's very, very, very thin, very delicate to work with. And I would probably, from my experiment here with the butter and the olive oil, I'd use one or the other. I don't know if I'd use both now because it kind of put it on a gel kind of thing. Hey, Wendy, we're making a spanakopita and thropitas. I'm gonna have to add more butter eventually. So I'm just, you had a pizza cutter, it would be a lot easier. And I have someplace where I don't know. And I may tonight, just for time sake, make a little bit of a, I'm gonna finish this mess and then, you know, if you're running out of time and you don't have time to do the whole mixture, just put it in the I think you could put it in the refrigerator. But usually the phyllo sheets are much better, but because I didn't realize that if I didn't unthaw them, they were going to be a mess. And see, I'm just filling a sheet tray full of them. But even with messy, just like we are, we're unfinished work. Our new merch stuff is in, guys. Loving the shirt I got. It's in the merch store. Even as messy as they are, I can promise you that this will be delicious. And see, once you get going with them, if you're not having to deal with, just so far we've gotten 9 done. You're not having to deal with dogs barking and messy phyllo dough that's split because you didn't know you were supposed to take it out of the freezer and you didn't realize that was supposed to be what was going to happen. Then it goes pretty quickly. It'll work your arms, that's for sure. Yee! They're just putting it down. They're getting better as I'm getting to the thing, right? Like I said, I've got a mixture without the spinach. So that, but you want to cover them because if not, and I would maybe, I think I'm the next time I'll do the butter and the olive oil separate and instead of mixing that together. But that's my lesson learned. Oh, I'll just do it. No, wait, getting a step, guys. And I mean, you could do this with your kids. And start an assembly line. Somebody butters the phyllo, somebody puts the filling in, somebody makes the triangles. You could have a whole thing together of, do you know where a pizza cutter is?
Pizza cutter?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot.
If you could look, because my arm's getting a little sore from cutting.
Okay, this is all the salt that's in these 2 containers.
But again, guys, I'm loving the merch. I opened my shirt yesterday. I'm like, I never thought I'd have my face on a shirt, but see, I'm proud to be me. Are you proud to be you today? Put a 1 in the chat if you're proud to be yourself. Because everybody else is taken, right? That's our saying here at Blessed to Crochet. We got the merch to prove it now. Now, you'll put these in an oven. You're going to butter the top of them. You're going to put them in the oven at 375 for about 10 to 12 minutes. And you may have ones that decide that they don't want to cooperate. I'll move that one just so that it doesn't spill out, but it may. That's okay. I'm gonna have to butter these in a second, or attempt to. Or at least put some olive oil on them because they're gonna dry out on me. You just want the tops to be golden. I mean, that one's a messy one. You don't have to be Greek to do this, guys, just so you know. You just have to want good food. I can guarantee you Greek food is good food. It's very thin. May have to put some more. I'm gonna add more olive oil because
I don't know how this goes together.
what? You'll have to give it to Josh. I'm sorry. I'm putting some olive oil in the butter because it's gotten really.
I don't know that we have one with a hand.
Josh knows how to do it. If you can hand it to him, he will do it.
All right.
You can unplug that from the thing if you need to for a minute. My hands are also very oily, so it'd be very hard for me to do it. And I've added some more olive oil to the mixture of olive oil and butter, just because there's still some butter in there. And I would have a towel for the ones you do, because then you could put.
You can unplug this.
Yes, you can unplug it. I don't need it. It'll won't uncharge. It's charged enough. I just wanted to make sure I don't lose people. She's trying to get the pizza cutter done.
Well, I think about washing this. It's been out in the garage. Nobody uses it, so I put it out there.
Okay, well, if you want to wash it for a minute, that would be good. Just make my job easier and faster. I will be using it in the coming months. I can guarantee it.
I never liked this thing.
Well, I can't. It's a pizza cutter right now.
I know, but I thought we had one with a handle.
If you want to get one with a handle,
I don't know where there is one.
if you want to buy one with a handle, we'll buy one with a handle. Right now, it's a pizza
I
cutter.
don't use pizza cutters.
Well, I need it, and I don't care what it looks like right now. I just know it would be easier with a pizza cutter.
I don't think we have one. It's just real quick.
I don't think we do either. Just continue
Used to have one.
making.
Happened to it.
Probably got old, like us.
Probably.
Right, I'm gonna take what I've done now and just cover them because you don't want the filo dough to dry out. It dries out very quickly. And so we're gonna take a little bit of the butter and olive oil mixture and just cover the ones. And I would do this, and if you're going to freeze these, I would be freezing them just like this. You do not cook them if you're gonna freeze them. We are having some for dinner tonight, so.
Mary, what is this?
Now I'm gonna start on my next tray.
Huh?
I can't find one with a handle. So she said this one will do us.
This is the only one we have.
We used to have one with a handle. I have one with a handle.
We've not had that one since I got this one.
The other one,
Did you throw the other one out?
Yeah, because it was garbage.
it was all rusted, Mom. She likes the handle. We have a round one.
Pain in the neck as far as I know.
No, you just open it like this.
It's a pain in the neck.
She doesn't like the pizza cutter, guys. Have you been able to realize
I
that?
don't use it ever.
Well, I'm going to be using it if I'm doing these for the baby shower. Because Christina has decided that she wants to have.
People that don't want it have to clean it.
I got this one because it was bigger and it would cut through thicker pizza. Because we were eating a lot of thicker pizza.
I see.
Thank you.
There you are. Hope that
Pizza
works.
cutter.
Hope that works.
Yes, because my arm's getting tired from the. Now I did a thing of butter and olive oil. What I think happened was the olive oil solidified in with the butter, and so I had a thing of olive oil. I'm just grabbing olive oil. You can use butter. At least it just needs to be something on top. And you're going to be very generous with it. Hope my next sheets are not like this. So we've gotten, let's see, a mess. Oh my goodness, night. There's two more. So we've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 12. No, I'm sorry, I lied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. So we'll get 18 out of one slice. See, it works so much better. So much better. I would recommend pizza cutter. A lot easier than scissors. See, I know my mother hides it someplace. Bonzo, did you see? The shirts came. They came out so awesome. So awesome. And it's really easy with this thing because then I don't have to measure it out. Just plop it. If you're not, just... You don't want to overfill them. Because then they're going to be too puffed and then they'll be all over the place. We still have like that much left in there. So. Plus, I'd like to freeze some of these because I want Christina to try them. She has never, I don't think I've ever made it with her. Ever. I've never made spanakopita or thropitas for her to try. And these are messy, but like I said, the ones in the store, for some reason, and I've never quite understood it, they have Parmesan cheese in them. My mother is allergic to Parmesan cheese. So in order for her to eat it, I have to make sure that I look at the ingredients of the package and make sure it doesn't contain any kind of Parmesan cheese. And unfortunately, most of them in the store do contain Parmesan cheese, and then she can have a reaction. It's just, it's not enough where she goes into like, where she has to have an EpiPen or anything like that, but she gets wheezy and tight-chested a little bit, so she avoids Parmesan a lot. And so I try to avoid it, so at least I know that these don't contain any. Like I said, I've never quite understood it because Parmesan cheese is Italian, not Greek. So I don't put Parmesan cheese in mine. But I've been wanting to make them. I gotta cut this mess. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's a mess. Just like us. We're messy. We're messy people. You could probably cut it into fours, but it was such a mess that I thought, oh, this is wonderful. I want to save some. I'm going to freeze some because I want Christina to try them. So if I can, and I'm gonna freeze some anyway. I'm gonna have her try the ones that aren't so messy. So that's 18 out of one side package. I have another package. I'm thinking, I don't know why, that if by chance I do the other package of Fila dough and it doesn't, I have more than what I need of the mixture, I think I could probably put it in the refrigerator. I think. What do y'all think? Be able to put it in the refrigerator and I'm not wasting any of it. There's one sheet. Kind of one half of a sheet we'll use, kind of. This should, because this has been out this whole entire time. You see how it should come out? That's how it should have come out the first time if I hadn't have had to do what I did. But unfortunately I did. What I'm going to do with this one is just kind of lay this over here. And if I need to make any, I won't waste it. But so the other one's frozen. If by chance, see, this is the way it should have been from the get-go, and it wasn't. See? I'm going to see. It's like wallpaper. Like the wallpaper. Alright, so again, wrap your Fila dough. It will dry out very quickly. You don't want it to dry out. I'm gonna put some butter or oil mixture, whatever it is, and just zoop. I probably could get out 4 of these, but well, let's try it. A new thing. We're gonna try 4 and see, but I couldn't do it with the other ones because the mixture of the thing was so messy. Everybody said I could get 4 out of one section, but that sheets were just messy, messy, messy. Because the mixture has eggs in it, but I'm thinking if I put it in the freezer, it should be okay. See how much nicer they look when you allow your Fila dough to unthaw correctly. And then you wind up with see how much they look a little bit better. I'm gonna wrap this one up. I kind of got a little, it got a little extra Fila dough left. So let's just take it. Because I can just see this one coming out of the woodworks there. Plus I don't want to waste any Fila dough. So it may be a little sketchy to do 4. And we'll see. I'm playing around with them. I'm thinking I'm liking the 3 better. Yep, I think I'm gonna like the 3 better. I'm gonna do it 3. You could do it whenever you want it. Like I said, they do not need to be perfect. They just need to be good. I think we're gonna have a blowout on. We may have a blowout on a couple of them, but that's okay. That's okay. But the problem is that I have the other mixture in I've got the other filo dough in the freezer. So I'm thinking, well, what I could do is I'll be able to do some with the other mixture, and then I'll put it in the freezer, eat dinner, and take the other out. But I think I like the 3 better. So I'm gonna do 3 because the 4 is really, it's really difficult. So we're almost done with this, and then I have a cup next to of water so I can wash off this thing. Oh, I forgot a step. I have to go get some olive oil or more butter melted. I think I'm just going to use olive oil. It's here. Because I can always use olive oil or butter on the top when I get over there. I'm just going to use olive oil. But I'll probably melt a little butter and put some butter on top of it anyway. I think I could probably get, possibly, let's see where we're at. Okay. I'm thinking maybe one or 2 out of that before I move on to the next one. Let me go get a spatula, because then if I do get a spatula, then I can, yeah, the 4 wraps, the 3 with this specific size, if you're using the Walmart brand, wraps the best. See, once you get going, the 3, the 4 didn't do it, but that was an experiment. They won't go to waste, I can promise you that. Hi Tina, hi Share Bear, welcome on in. So we're making thropitas because my daughter is having a baby shower eventually. She is expecting little Bean in June. And so this is the sheet we've done so far, okay? And she's expecting, and she said, Mom, I think I want Greek food for my baby shower. So I'm gonna put just a little bit so that these don't dry out, as they will dry out. Filo dough dries out very quickly, but I'm gonna put butter on them when I get over there. So, I have not made them in a while, so, in a while. So, I'm kind of making them. The one thing about it is that I can make them pretty well in advance. Just gonna use this little piece. I'm not gonna waste any. And they will freeze up to 3 months. So, I am going to literally, I can make them for her party, and then at the party, we can have them ready to go in the oven. So it'll be the only thing that we have to cook if she goes that route. And then we put them in the oven, heat them up about 10-20 minutes, between 10 and 15 minutes, and then we have thropitas. Just unthaw them, half an hour before we're ready to put them in the oven at the church. So she goes that route, it'll be a very easy thing. But I've kind of put some. The filo dough will dry out very quickly if you don't cover it, or if you don't put oil or something on it. It's just gonna do it very quickly. see if I can get 3 more out. And then I want to count how many. I think with a little bit of a spatula, I'm going to take that, put that in there. I can get a little bit more out. Hold on a second. One more. Because there's enough to get it up there. Possibly, we'll see. There should be enough. Yes, there is. I'm not going to waste any. It's too good. I used fresh spinach. And this is probably if she decides to go down this route. Probably not the only time you're going to see me make these. All right. That's done. The spinach one is done. Wash my hands because they're very buttery. And I'm going to count, so I'm still here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26. Wait, now hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26. I think that's I'm getting confused now here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Remember 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26, 27, 28. 28. So out of like 1 pack and 4 sheets, we got 8. It's hashtag blessed. I always try to, I try to remember to pin it to the very top. Doesn't always happen though, but I try. And I'm going to try to take several of them that look halfway decent and freeze them for my daughter so she can taste them. I'm going to be freezing them anyway, but so because that's the purpose of some of this, is so that she can taste them. Okay, and then I'm going to get up in a minute because I got to put these over where, I mean, you can kind of tell if you're making these because the spinach will kind of show itself through a little bit. Okay. So we're not going to waste. Okay. So these are all the spinach ones, and then I'll put a little bit just so they don't dry out. Olive oil on there. And then I would just take them, honestly, and freeze them just like this. I would literally, if you're not going to cook them right away at 375 for about 12 to 15 minutes, I would literally just put them in the freezer just like this, flash freeze them, and then put them in maybe 2 Ziploc bags. They should stay like this. And then if you want to pull one out, you could pull one out and be able to put them in the oven. You know, take 1 or 2 of them out, take them, put them in the oven, and they'll heat up in about 15 minutes on 375. They're that easy. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say. I'll think about it in a minute. Okay, let me put these up so I don't get the spanakopita's mixed wrong with the cheese ones. And I'm going to pull out the nicest ones to freeze. We'll eat the messier ones. And if I don't get all of them done, because that's what my thing is that I'm not sure I'm having a phyllo that's not unthawed. Hi Stacy, welcome on in. We're making throwapitas. I may have to thaw one more sheet of phyllo dough so I get enough to finish this. But I'll do that off camera. And I've got to finish Eli's package for tomorrow. Get that ready. We have to eat dinner. So, while I'm waiting for dinner to heat up, I could get that unthawed. I think I'm going to need it. But I want to send you over to one of my mods. Sandy, if you could please put exclamation point echo. It is her birthday. I will be over shortly. I want to be able to send you over because she's celebrating her birthday. Calypso of happiness. Okay, this is the mixture. Even though it looks like it has green in it, it just has green onions. This is without, oops. This is without the spinach. I think as I'm looking at this mixture, I know that I need to drain the ricotta. I didn't think I needed to. I think I'm going to have to. So this is why I wanted to get this, all this stuff, because I thought if I don't it's been a while since I've made these. I was probably, oh my goodness, in my teens when I made these. They're not difficult to make, I just haven't made them for a while. But when Christina was talking about having Greek food at her baby shower, I said, well, I can make these, they're not that difficult. I just have to redo them. I have to get trained again. I have to do them and no. So there's things I've learned, like the phyllo dough needs to be unthawed. See, nice little triangles. And so forth before you do it. That was just stuff I learned. Once you do it, it becomes very quick and you get, and I'm using a little bit of olive oil and butter. Probably not using as much olive oil as you need, but you can use butter, and I'm going to probably take a little bit of butter before I put them in and just douse them with them. But I think I'm going to run out of phyllo dough. That's okay. I have another pack in the refrigerator. I'll take out one more section. But if I was going to do it, I would definitely, even if it was store-bought, drain your ricotta cheese. Like I said, these are things I'm going to learn, because if I'm going to do them for her baby shower, I'd want to not make the mistakes then. I'd want to be, and I would make, like, I was able to make roughly about 30 of the spinach ones. With about one pack. So this would give us 60. So I could make a couple batches of these. Freeze them, and then like I can make a couple batches in February. That's why I want to freeze them too, see how well they kind of hold their freeze, I guess you can say. I'm trying to And then I know like how well they freeze and all that kind of stuff. There's one that kind of took a leak. I'm trying to fix it. And so forth. So all of those things are like factors that I want to do with this batch. So I know exactly how long, you know, how good are they going to taste if they've been frozen, you know. So all of those things are kind of factors in my decision when to do them now. And then I can do a couple, like I could do a batch of both of them in February. I can do a batch of both of them in, once I get the okay from my daughter, because I'm not going to do them if not. And then I can do a couple batches in February and a couple batches, no, batch of each in February, batch of each in March, and a couple batches and a couple batches in March and a couple in one batch in April. And if we didn't use them all for the baby shower, we'd have extra. And I have another thing of spinach, so that helped me to realize I'm probably going to go the route of the fresh spinach versus the frozen, because I'm going to get 2 batches out of that. And be on the lookout. We're going to talk about the companies we're going to do the baby invitations to. I've got those going to be printed out and get them ready to go. In April, will not be till April, but we are also going to be doing, and they're expensive, guys. I would not be doing it if I would not be buying it. I would be doing it. My son-in-law has a Jeep, and even before Christina became pregnant, I was like, when she does, I saw that, you know, floating around, and I was like, yep, I'm gonna make her a Jeep diaper cake. And so we're gonna make that. See, once you get started, it's like you're just on a roll. And it's so much easier using a pizza cutter than the scissors. See, they're not that hard to make. The mixture, and then you throw them together. And unthaw your phyllo dough. So they're difficult to kind of make, in the sense that, not difficult, they're expensive to buy, and I wouldn't buy it. But before she even became pregnant, I said, when she does, I'm gonna make a Jeep diaper cake. So I'm going to order the stuff for it. You need like 4 receiving blankets. Most of the receiving blankets I have found have been flannel. And my daughter is extremely sensitive to any kind of, trying to see how much I have left. Extremely sensitive to all that. And so I felt the receiving blankets, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even think I had a lot of receiving blankets for her. This baby is going to be born in the middle of June. It's her being able to get much use out of any kind of receiving blanket in the month of June is probably going to be nil to none. This is just gonna, we're gonna have a little spill out here. And so I'm thinking in my head, you know, what's the purpose of really, this one's gonna be wonky, but oh well. This is one of the ones late tonight, because it's gonna be really wonky. She's probably not gonna use it. She's not gonna like the texture, and the baby's gonna be born in June. So the fact that she's going to use a flannel blanket is probably nil to none. So I am gonna go with 100% swaddler blanket. Those are a little bit more expensive. You can get a pack of receiving blankets for like $15, pack of 4. I'm gonna go more the route of the swaddlers. For the cotton ones, they're about $15, $20. These are. They've got deer on them. They're not as pretty, or not that they're not as pretty. It's adorable because we're using the deer in the invitations and the ones I'm sending to the companies and her private invitations. So I love that. So I thought, you know what I'll do, I'm folding this in half because it'll make what we've kind of been doing, then this won't dry out. No, that won't work. Give me a minute. I have to rethink this a second. So anyway, get back to what I was saying. We're going to use that instead, and my son-in-law's Jeep is orange. And if I'm not paying attention to a lot of comments, it's because I'm busy, my head buried in Taropidas. Or, yeah, Taropidas and Spanakopita's. I'm going to put a little bit less filling in this one. Forgot to put stuff on it. So, if we do that, I'm also going to get her, there's a fox, it's actually on our registry we have for her. It's a fox, what is it, a fox, little, like a fox hoodie towel. This is going to be a messed up one. It's not going to be a triangle. It's going to be one we eat tonight, I guess. And it's got some washcloths with it. And they're navy, orange, the towel is orange. She loves foxes. And there's arrows in one of the hand towels. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out of there. And I still have like a good amount of mixture left. So these are the, I'm thinking it'll probably only be a couple sheets too. Anyway, I have run out of phyllo dough and it's frozen in the refrigerator, so I'll have to take out one and then let y'all go, and then I can send you over to Echoes. So anyway, the washcloths have like navy and orange and so forth. Even if we don't know the gender yet, no matter whether it's a boy or girl, I'd be getting exactly the same thing. Because of the fox, because of everything, I'd be getting exactly the same thing. So I love the kind of the thing. I want to make the Jeep kind of look like Josh's Jeep, or Jared's Jeep. So we're going to be going that route. What I think I'm going to do is I will go ahead and put any of the supplies for the receiving blanket on the community tab. If anybody wants to help out with those things, it would be appreciative. And we can make it a community effort. If anybody would be interested in doing that, we're going to get the swaddler blankets, the bib cloths. I've got bibs. No, I don't have bibs. The bibs I need to get, I can't show you all of them because I just can't. Swaddler blankets, the bibs, not the bibs, the burp cloths, and the towel. So I will put them all in the community tab if anybody feels led to want to get them off of her registry that we have for her. That will be put together for the diaper Jeep, and we can give it to her as from the Blessed Crochet community. So that's one thing. I will put it up, and if anybody wants to feel so led, then that would be awesome. Hi, Moon Woof. So with that being said, I'm going to let you all go. I'm going to let you all head over to Echo. Please wish her a happy birthday. And I will finish these because I have to take the phyllo dough out of the refrigerator to finish the rest of the mixture. I'd say you probably would get, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd say probably about 30 out of 1.5 packages. And I would definitely take your mixture and drain it, your ricotta. I did not. It's a lesson learned. That's why we were doing this, because I needed to have a lesson learned. So I want to make the rest of these and heat some up for dinner, excuse me, because we got to eat. So wish Echo, when you go over there, tell them that Blessed Crochet rated you all, or rated her. Wish her a very happy, happy birthday. We got the new merch in the merch store. I absolutely love it, so I hope you all check it out. And remember to be proud of being you, because everyone else is taken. We'll be on Tuesday, I think. Tomorrow we'll be on our way to go see Eli in his church. We'll be on Tuesday to talk about the invitations we're going to be sending out. And then we will go on Thursday and start getting those things together and put together so we can get them mailed out to all the companies by Friday. I want to get that process started. So we'll do that on Thursday. And I will get back on track, guys, with devotions and finishing the Advent series. I know it's past Christmas, but I'm still kind of getting over whatever I had. And I just have been dealing with a bout of insomnia, so it just kind of messes up my whole sleep pattern, and then it messes up me. Welcome to fibromyalgia life. Nobody ever said it was pleasant. It's just there. So we'll do all that. So I'm going to head off here. We have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. I'm going to finish up these, finish up the tropitas. The spanakoppitas are going in the oven, and some tropitas, and we're going to eat dinner. Yum, yum, yum. That's for sure. Salad and that. Yep, I'm in heaven. Love you all. Have a great night. Thank you for hanging with us. You can put #blessed in the chat if you'd like anybody to connect with your channel one more time before we head out of here so that people can connect. Please make sure you're connecting properly. Again, till the 31st, we have merch in the store. It is there for you guys to enjoy, and certainly proudly represent the fact that you need to be proud of being you, because everyone else is taken, right? And you guys can choose which side you want the logo, if you want the logo on the right sleeve or the left sleeve. But I love the shirt. And if anybody's wondering, I just want to say this real quick. If you are a content creator and you're thinking, I don't know how to do this, okay? I did this image on ChatGPT. I had them make a cartoon of us. I had them come up with the logo of Blessed to Kirk, be proud of being yourself, everybody, or be proud of you, everyone else is taken. I had them come up with it. They came up with the image. I sent it over to Alfonso. He only made it better. And so if you're wondering, or you're sitting there thinking, I don't know where to come up with merch, I don't know where to come up with sayings or so forth, look into ChatGPT and then send it to somebody that can make it even better and make sure it's up to specs. Fourth Wall is our merch store. You do not have to be monetized to have it. It's there for you to create merch, but I did this in ChatGPT, and I don't know about you all, but I think it came out awesome. I love it, and I am so proud of being me. Be proud of being you, right? Love the logo. I think it looks awesome. Love the shirt we're giving Eli. I just love it. I think it's awesome. I'm proudly going to go take this shirt out and say, yep, that's me. My mom's like, yeah, I got on a shirt. I can't believe it. So with that being said, love y'all. Have a great night. I'm going to finish this and eat dinner. Wish Echo a happy birthday. We'll see you over there shortly. Bye-bye, everybody. Love y'all. Have a great night. And Yasu or Opa. Bye-bye, everybody.